Hello and welcome back. So it's been a little while since the last video. I've been doing other things, I've been playing other video games and such, but we're back now to this world. And I don't know if you guys watched, maybe did the tutorial I made on Ender Porters, but that's gonna be what we're gonna work on today. And behind us, we've actually got an Enderman farm, completed and done. So I'd actually recorded a segment of little clips that I was going to stitch together about me building it and such and talking about it, and my mic was muted during the whole time. So there was only gameplay sound, and it's very sad, so we're just going to have to do without that. But I'll show you a little bit of the design, I guess. I did get a new mic, that's why I accidentally had it muted, because it has a physical switch on it to mute it. It's kind of sad that it was muted during that whole time. But yeah, the Endermen just come down, you slice them up down here. Lots of XP. Just crazy amounts. It's obviously far enough away where the Enderman can't spawn on that island over there. It's got some hoppers to pick up their loot and such. Got chests to store the Ender Pearls. Enchanting table, because it gives so much XP, even though we didn't really build it for the XP, it's still going to be useful for that. And for some reason they teleport out of there over to these other areas. I don't really know how to stop them. They even teleport up on top of that glass, which I really don't understand. Maybe someone can explain that. But if we head up to the little spawning platform, it's not even as big as it could be. So we've got a Endermite over here, where all the Endermen run to because they're angry at it. And I guess Enderman can see the Endermite from 64 blocks away. This is about 32 blocks. So it could be twice as big in all the directions and probably spherical. This is only like diagonal, so it could probably even be bigger that way. Plus double the size in every direction, so like it could be a lot bigger. But as you can see from down there, it produces plenty of Endermen. We don't need any more than that really. We're not going to be using crazy amounts of Ender Pearls. We'll be using quite a few, but not too much. And it's pretty simple design. You just kind of fall. Trapdoors make it so it look like they can walk across. They can get to the Endermite, but they really can't. Trapdoors stop them. It's all good. So now, back over in the overworld, I'm going to start creating the different Ender Porter stations around the world. Mostly just around the base. We'll have one also coming out over to the end here, so that we can get over here to restock and go to the, other things without having to fly all the way. It'll be nice instant teleportation, so that'll be cool. And I'll get to building that. I won't go into too much about how I actually build it because, well, I did a video on that, tutorial. So if you want to figure out how I did it, what I did, if you want to replicate it, I don't know, whatever, then I would recommend watching the tutorial. It's pretty decent, not fantastic, but okay. It's kind of how all my videos are, so if you're here watching this, you'll probably enjoy that too. But yeah, I'm going to get to building stuff, and I'll be back once I'm done. I am now back. So it's been a little while since I recorded that last little clip, because it turns out digging a giant tunnel over to the stronghold for an Ender Porter, it takes quite a while. And then building all the stations and everything. So this is many days after. I spent just time here and there where I could working on it, and now I've got it pretty much done as I'd like it. You can see that over here in our main base, we've got a Ender Porter that I've added down here, which extends out of the building a little bit, which is not ideal. I was kind of hoping to put it somewhere inside, but I think that spot is pretty good. We just got to pretty up the outside over here, because as you can see, it's just kind of this weird, awkward white box right now. And it's also running into where these villagers are, so ideally, we need to make a permanent spot for these villagers, since this was never meant to be permanent. It was just kind of meant to be temporary. So we'll eventually move these guys, and then when we do, we can make this side of the building look better and nicer and stuff. But let's actually go look at the Ender Porters themselves, because that's the interesting part. If we head down here, we've got the same design that I showed in my tutorial. So again, if you want to know how to build it or whatever, go look up the video, the tutorial video. Otherwise, I'm not going to show you every single station, but this is how this one looks. You got the signals coming from over here, going to different places for the buttons. over there on that side. We've got the signals coming in over here on these three, and it's pretty cool. So right now we got the power tower. So if we push the button for that one, we're now over here at the power tower. That's the tower up there. That's where the campfires are for the iron golems when they fall down. Which I feel like they should be falling down more. Maybe something is up there. Maybe the zombie died. Hopefully not the villagers died. That'd be horrific. And yeah, I don't know about that. We'll have to check that out sometime. But yeah, we got access to our iron, our sugar cane, our cactus, and our poppies. And this is from the zombies I killed up there when there were some zombies stuck up there. So we can get rid of that. But yeah, this is pretty cool. So we're over here. Then you can push the button. Go back to our home base, I guess you could call it. I feel like I would eventually want to move this like hub over to the s'more over there, because that's where we'll be a lot of the time. But for right now, this is a good spot. And then we've also got the slime farm added in, which I always forget about this one. See, every other one, you have to throw it down, and that's how it works, right? You throw it down, it's 7 blocks down until you hit the piece of soul sand, and then it floats up. But this one, because it's so low in the world, that's actually bedrock underneath there. So I couldn't go any lower, so I actually made it so you throw it up 7 blocks, and then it falls down and then gets caught. So I'm probably going to do that every single time I teleport over here, because it's different. But that's how this one works, just a little bit different. And then we've got our slime farm, which is overproducing like crazy. Like, I'm never going to need this much slime. I don't plan on making big, like, flying machines or anything, or I don't know. But we made a heck of a slime farm, so that's pretty awesome. We can head on back again. And so this does happen every once in a while, where the problem is that if you're floating in this water and you float down too much, you're actually not 7 blocks from the bottom anymore. You're like 6.5, which means that you can hit it. So it's, I guess, more ideal to either throw it when you're at the top of your... In that time it didn't work. If you're always standing on this block, it works. That's for sure. If you're floating in the water, it doesn't always work. So maybe changing that to be 8 blocks or something, so that even if you're floating in there, it always works, might be an ideal thing to try. But I don't know. And then over to the stronghold, this one's going to be crazy. So the stronghold is obviously very far in that direction. I don't know if you knew it was in that direction. I don't know if I told you guys that, but it's very far in that direction, which means it's much more than in my render distance, which is how far an enderporter station can be. So right now we're at this coordinates, right? And then when we teleport to the next station, you'll notice that we've moved quite a lot since the last one in directions. I don't know. It's like a couple hundred blocks, maybe in an L shape or something, with how the tunnel worked out. I think the next station is a little bit closer to the other one. Maybe it was the other way around. I don't know. There's 2 of these stations that are very close to each other, that just because of how it worked out with the distancing. But I made these stations all in mind with actually a render distance of 20. Right now we have a render distance of 24. That's what I've been running for quite a while. But when I was testing this, I made sure to test it and have it working with render distance of 20. So if we ever have to lower our render distance because things get crazy around our world, yeah, we can do that. We can go down to 20 with things still working over to the end. And I think that's pretty ideal. I have a pretty good computer, and I'm assuming by the time we get to that crazy amount and we lower it down to 20, and if it still is crazy and we need to lower it even more, like maybe I don't know, I'll be getting a better computer by then or something. I saw the new 30 series graphics cards, the Ampere ones. They're pretty cool. I don't know if that affects render distance. I think that would, right? Graphic settings with graphics cards and stuff. So maybe we'll get it by then. But if we just continue on over to the end, we can just continue throwing and going and throwing and going and throwing and going, and we are at the end. And you saw that was pretty darn quick. That's much quicker than me flying all the way. Right now we don't have a very proper station over here at the stronghold. It's just a cobblestone shack added onto this thing. So eventually we'll pretty up the stronghold, I bet. We'll make it look a little bit nicer, and maybe a nice room or something into here. We might even do something with this silverfish spawner. That's why I never got rid of it. And it still spawns silverfish every once in a while, because I don't know how to stop it? Like, where do I need to put torches to make it stop? I don't know. It's somewhere around here that they're still spawning, but I don't know. So eventually we'll pretty up this area and we'll make a better looking station and whatnot. But for right now, this works, and then we can head over to the end and do anything we need to in the end, like, I don't know, get more shulker boxes, shulker shells for shulker boxes, or maybe another elytra, or get some end stone, or beat the ender dragon again, or ender dragon heads, or go over to the enderman farm, whatever we need to. We can do it over here, and we can get there in record time. That's the idea. But if you notice, back at base, once we get back there, we only have 3 stations we teleport to from the main one. And we have another farm that's not connected right now, and that's our mob farm. So why didn't I connect that one? And I'll show you guys right now why I didn't connect it. If we head on down over to it, we have to actually walk over there. Like crazy, right? Now we can just teleport over there, we can teleport down over there. But no, we can't teleport over here. We have to walk over here. And while we're walking, we come over here, and you can see that it's still in pretty rough conditions, the kind of look of it. So we've got just cobblestone right now, and we've got just this water all around us, and so eventually I want to get rid of all this water in here, make it into a proper looking area, make it look all finished, and then when it's finished, we'll actually be able to know where we want to add the ender porter, because right now I don't even know where to add it. Maybe like over here, over there, but however this ends up looking, then we'll know how we want to add the ender porter station. And this is probably be it for this video. I know it's kind of short video length, but I got quite a lot done in it, even if it wasn't all shown. That first bit was the building the enderman farm. That was going to be the length of the video, but that never happened. And then this ender porter stuff was just a lot of manual work for me, digging a giant tunnel over to the stronghold, but I like how it turned out, so hopefully you guys did too. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I hope you're having a good day, and continue to have a good day. Bye-bye.